So we have Jourdan and Daniel who join the Heat magazine for their Under the Duvet interview, and we need to break this down because part of this interview does irritate me.
But Amber, she conducted herself, I think, like, brilliantly. Especially when that Michael thing happened, like, she was just so cool. Like, she was almost, like, too good for the way that Michael treated her.
From how it appeared.
I think she's matured the most out of, like, everyone in the villa.
Do you? I think maybe actually. I mean, we've been out for like a week now. So
I think she's got nothing to lose now, has she? Amber?
No.
Like, she has to. Like, why would she not be honest with her feelings? I feel like she has to lay it on the table.
The
I don't know if
villa
that's a sense of, like, is that maturing, or is that just like she's got no cards left to play?
Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. And if you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to my channel for daily and consistent content. And follow me on my Instagram, Murad_Murali. I'd massively appreciate it. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it from the background, but if not, then you can definitely look it up on YouTube. If you aren't aware of this channel, they do bring a lot of the Islanders onto their show, and they kind of, do in-depth interviews in a kind of different style where they sit in a bed together to try and give that kind of effortless manner to their interviews. And we had Jourdan and Danny recently, and I think they were the latest ones to do their interview, apart from Yewande, who also has done hers that we're going to get into soon. And they are throwing a lot of shade at Amber, especially Jourdan, and I find this to be very interesting.
But Amber, she conducted herself, I think, like, brilliantly. Especially when that Michael thing happened, like, she was just so cool. Like, she was almost, like, too good for the way that Michael treated her.
From how it appeared.
And I think throughout her interview, she's very hypocritical. For example, she does state in her interview that it was never her place, and never will be her place to tell Anna about Jourdan, and how Jourdan, wanted to sleep in bed with her, and he liked her, and he was trying to pursue her, and the fact that he never relayed that information back to Anna seems to be a, reinstating kind of issue that I feel like still hasn't been made an issue. And she was very clear in saying that, this is not my place, I will never do it, I'm not here to try and rile up drama and turn the villa upside down. But when Amber called Joanna a dead thing, and you heard that, you not only laughed, but you were very quick to tell Joanna about that issue. Surely you doing that is instigating drama and turning the villa upside down. Now, the issue of you instigating drama isn't an issue for me to an extent, because we do have other individuals, past and present, who do the same thing, and I feel like if we adore them and love them like Theo, then it's not really fair for us to hate Jourdan for the same kind of reasons if she's instigating drama, because we all know Theo as an example for doing so, and we loved it. But why don't we like it when Jourdan's doing it? That's not my issue. My issue is that you're claiming to not try and stir the drama. Your issue is you don't want to turn things upside down under the villa. That's why you didn't tell Anna anything. But at the same time, you're very quick to let people know about this situation. And this was obviously, a very shady situation. It was already intense as it is, and you made it even more intense by allowing that to be passed on. Amber was obviously in her feelings. We all say things to each other when we are in our feelings. It's a common kind of issue that takes place, especially with people like Amber. And the person who's interviewing them explains how he feels that Amber hasn't matured the most, and he also feels that Amber is somebody who is dealt with the entire situation very good. And then Jourdan was very quick to cut in and say, well, that's how it appears, that's not how it goes down. And Danny was saying the same thing, saying that how she appeared was more mature than she actually is. They seem to be throwing a lot of shade, and it was very unnecessary for no reason. It's very clear that they don't like Amber, but my issue with these two individuals are you were only there for like 2-3 weeks. Let's be real for a quick minute. You lot are talking like you were there from day one, and you were not. So I don't understand why there's confusion here about why you think X, Y, Z, and you think about everything that's going on. They come off as if they know everything about everyone.
That happened last night. Curtis and Maura, it's happened.
It's a thing.
I'm buzzing for them. I think one thing I said about a week ago, I think if it's going to happen, it'll be because they both really want it to happen.
Yeah.
They're both really strong-minded people, they've got good characters, and I think they wouldn't do something or commit to something that they wasn't sure on.
Yeah.
So I think with them two, I don't think there's any games. I think it's...
Especially Jourdan. And the word that I'm looking for is smug. When you come off very smuggy and Mr. Know-it-all, Mrs. Know-it-all, you think you know everything and everyone, and you're judging characters. You're also being a bit of a hypocrite in your interview very clearly, that and you're clearly shading people for no kind of reason when they didn't really have anything to do with you. Again, Jourdan and Amber never really had any direct beef or tension or whatever. So this shade seems to be a bit unnecessary and just for no reason. And the same thing with Daniel. Like, I don't understand why they are hating on her so much. and it just seems to be a bit unpleasant, and it seems as if they seem to be very strong on the fact that they don't think Michael's going to go back to Amber.
Him and Joanna are a lot stronger than what the public see. Like, they really are the real deal, which is why she was so hurt that he didn't leave. I just genuinely don't see him and Amber getting back together. I will be more shocked than the Curtis situation if he gets back with Amber.
Jourdan was saying that Michael and Joanne, or Joanna, whatever her name is, were the real thing and everything, and they were far more stronger than Michael and Amber. Well, if they were far more stronger, beloved, then why didn't Michael leave? Why didn't he leave the villa? Why didn't he go with her? He didn't, because obviously they weren't that strong. So the fact that you guys actually lived with them and you're making these inaccurate predictions about what you think is who is strong and who isn't strong, it seems to come across to me quite hilarious, because all the predictions you actually made in your interview have all come out wrong, and all the predictions that people like me make or you make that watch the show have seemed to be coming out correct. They were happily sitting in that bed saying they don't think Michael is ever going to go back to Amber. They'd be even more shocked. They think it's definitely not going to happen, that Michael and Joanna are the real thing. Everything they have saying has not come true, and these two individuals have lived with them. So if these predictions of yours are not coming true, which they didn't know when they interviewed, and we now know now because the episodes air every day, it only implores that everything else they're saying, all this shadiness, is really just a fragment of their flawed personalities more so than anything else. I think what both of these, I really feel like I'm very happy that Jourdan went for Daniel, because I feel like these two very suit each other more than anyone. They're both the same, they're both smuggy, they both think they know it all, they both, don't take accountability for their actions, and they're both sheer hypocrites from day one. I feel like they just come off with this aura that they know everything about everyone going on, and it's like, you were only there for 2 weeks, especially Jourdan. You weren't even there for that long. You were only there for like a week post Casa Amor. So I don't understand where you're getting this delusion where you think you know everything about all these characters. It comes off very smuggy, it's not cute, and my issue was she came off so bad on Love Island. The worst, I feel, after Artichoke. She came off so bad that it kind of irritated me, because I really wanted to like her. And I just thought, you know what, it could be due to editing, because we know how producers love to put their edgeways and everything, and we know that this becomes an issue. But at the same time, here we have her in an interview, very long interview, and throughout of it, she comes across the same. She comes across the exact same, just smuggy, very like Mrs. Know-it-all, very ignorant, very shady, unnecessary to people who didn't even talk to you that much or have no beef with you. So what are you doing here? Like, I don't really see this. They don't really comment on whether they're a couple or not. They are dating at this moment of time, and they see each other every single day. So, hats off to them. If this goes well, good for you. But as I call it, I don't think it will. We'll give this a 3-month mark and see if this goes longer than 3 months. Then I'll take it seriously as a viewer. But I simply don't see it as anything great, to be honest, unfortunately. But I thought I'd do a bit of like a 5 to 10 minute review, kind of like an analysis of their interview, just to not only analyze what they are saying, but their body language and just what they're talking about and how they don't really make sense, and just really nitpicking the hypocritical statements they're making. Because I feel like if you're so on this, I don't want to cause anything, I don't want to turn the villa upside down, I would never say anything, you're playing this kind of pious role, but clearly you were very happily sending stuff around to other people unwarrantedly for no reason, which wasn't what you're saying here, and I just find that irritating. But let me know what your thoughts are on this interview. Let me know what your thoughts are on my analysis on this entire kind of interview between Jourdan, Danny and the Heat magazine. Did you guys like their interview? Did you guys dislike it? Do comment down below. I read all your comments, and do follow me on my Instagram, please, Murad_Murali. Subscribe to my channel, click that button for daily consistent content, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.